When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. We all want to be.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
Ring in the new year right at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet. Get savings up to $5,750 off MSRP on new 23 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4s. That's right, over $5,700 off. Buy with no money down and make no payments until spring. That's no down and no payments for 90 days. New Chevy trucks are arriving daily with more inbound. Buy them before they get here and still get any available incentives. Find new roads at Danny Manholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyManholtRapidChevrolet.com.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
Alternative Fuel Coffee House, located in downtown Rapid City, has been a staple since 2006, offering an espresso bar, smoothie bar, and more. If food is what you're looking for, check out their menu. Using local ingredients for their drinks and recipes is their way of showing how important shopping local is. Come in and visit them during skating and patio season for the best coffee experience in town. Who's filling up your cup? Alternative Fuel Coffee House. Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or buy the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
Kelly Blue Book Instant Cash Offer from Denny Menholt Toyota. Use your phone, it's fast and easy. Pull up our website, click on Value Trade-In, scan your VIN, and tell us about your car. You are on your way to a no-hassle, no-commitment cash offer on your vehicle in under 5 minutes. Bring your vehicle and your Kelley Blue Book instant cash offer to Denny Menholt Toyota. See you soon at Denny Menholt Toyota, Rapid City. Kelley Blue Book.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Honda True. Discover 3 tiers of vehicle coverage that work for you. Only at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. The inspection is just the beginning. Honda certified pre-owned means peace of mind with incredible benefits like 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, up to 2 complimentary oil changes, 24/7 roadside assistance, inspection report, and 3-day exchange option. Check out all the benefits and search inventory at honda-true.com or come by Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda in Rapid City. Honda.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, keep it simple. Insure your car and home with Farm Bureau and you'll have a combined policy with one deductible that can cover it all. That means faster claim resolution and less hassle. Plus, you can save money in the long run. It's the quick way back to normal, because with Farm Bureau, you've got an agent who can make things right when things go wrong. Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
Owned and operated by veterans, Black Mountain Painting provides interior, exterior, residential, and commercial painting services. With over 12 years of experience and a team of trusted paint experts, they bring the highest standard of work to the Black Hills area. They provide interior and exterior painting and custom staining needs. So if you have painting or staining needs inside or out, give Black Mountain Painting a call for your free quote today. 605-661-8612.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet is looking for a few great folks to join our team. We have immediate openings for automotive techs and body shop techs. We offer a family-owned environment, state-of-the-art equipment and facilities, tool assistance, tuition reimbursement, training, paid vacation, 401k, health, dental, and vision insurance, and of course, a very competitive salary. If you're looking for a fresh start, apply in person at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet or apply online at DennyMenholtRapidChevrolet.com under the Dealer Info Employment tab. Denny Menholt.
You're doing a lot. Maybe you're starting a family, building a home, growing a business. Security First Bank knows your life is constantly changing. And while our commitment remains constant, we're changing too, with tools, technology, and new products from people you trust. For all the ways you're changing and all the things you're doing, we're the bank. Security First Bank. Member FDIC.
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com. Hi,
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
Kelly Blue Book Instant Cash Offer from Denny Menholt Toyota. Use your phone. It's fast and easy. Pull up our website, click on Value Trade-In, scan your VIN, and tell us about your car. You are on your way to a no-hassle, no-commitment cash offer on your vehicle in under 5 minutes. Bring your vehicle and your Kelly Blue Book Instant Cash Offer to Denny Menholt Toyota. See you soon at Denny Menholt Toyota, Rapid City. Kelly Blue Book.
You're doing a lot. Maybe you're starting a family, building a home, growing a business, or investing in your legacy. Security First Bank knows your life is constantly changing. And while our commitment remains constant, we're changing too, with tools, technology, and new products from people you trust. For all the ways you're changing and all the things you're doing, we're the bank. Security First Bank. Member FDIC.
You're doing great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
And welcome back to the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show. Again, just Google J&J Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City. We are just about 4 minutes away from the tip-off here tonight at Carroll Hire Gymnasium as we bring you high school basketball action right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. It's Rapid City Stevens getting set to take on the Watertown Arrows. across town tonight at Howard Nodge Gymnasium. It's the Brookings Bobcats. They're visiting the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Tomorrow, these teams will trade opponents as we will head over to Central High School, and they will take on the Watertown Arrows tomorrow afternoon. In our girls' game, just starting very shortly here, let's take a look at today's players to watch. It's powered by High Plains Physical Therapy and Aquatic Therapy Center. Remember, you have a choice on who to see for physical therapy in Rapid City. With a state-of-the-art facility and one-on-one personalized treatment, get started at highplainspt.com. As we look at matchups here tonight, Dean, between these two ball clubs, who should we be watching tonight?
Well, probably the players that could have the most impact on tonight. Originally, I was going to go with Jada Young. She's a DWU commitment. 21 points last game against T area. But I'm going to go with the fact that Maddie Rohde is now back in the lineup. How much of an impact is she going to have on this game? And how about the flow and the cohesiveness of this team? That's going to be a factor. So Maddie Rohde is going to be my player to watch for Watertown. For Stevens, it's got to be Talia Porter. What she does, her effectiveness, her leading scorer, she can do things by herself. She gets rebounds. I know Isabel Higgins has done a lot and really trying to change the complexity, but Talia Porter really kind of carries this team, and so they rely on her a whole lot. So that's our players to watch. Maddie Rohde for the Watertown Arrows, and it is Talia Porter for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Talia coming in, averaging 17.4 points per game. Just a sophomore, but has been the leader of this Rapid City Stevens ball club so far this season. The Raiders 7-2 on the year, taking on the Watertown Arrows. They sit at 4-4 on the season. Again, that was today's players to watch, being powered by High Plains Physical Therapy and Aquatic Therapy Center. Remember, get started at highplainspt.com. And again, we are getting closer to the tip-off here tonight. Just a reminder, our second game at about 8 o'clock Mountain Time tonight. That's going to be the boys' game between Rapid City Stevens and the Watertown Arrows. The Arrows coming in with a record of 1-7, while Rapid City Stevens comes in with a record of 2 wins and 6 losses. This looks like, it's a very big weekend for a lot of these teams. I know we're still only halfway through the season, but this is the time where a lot of teams are starting to make that move and make that push because, they had the first half to kind of warm up. Now we're getting ready, for that second half of the season and make that playoff run. Yeah, you're really looking at teams a lot like the Raiders. You're not sure what you have. You usually kind of, but then when it gets out on the floor, how well are the teams going to gel? How are they going to play together? Who's my starters? Who's not? I think the Raider boys are still kind of working on that. I noticed in the Sturgis game, they kind of had certain players playing more than others, so I think Coach Sabers kind of figuring that out finally a little bit. For the Raider boys and for, the Raider girls and, across South Dakota. Like you said, it's kind of that getting ready for that big February run. It's just a couple of weeks away, so you got to know who you got. You got to know how your matchups are. There's a lot of rivalry games coming up. I know we had a few early on, but there's a lot of them coming up heading down the road. This is really going to make or break you. I know, the Raider girls are sitting in the upper half of the bracket trying to host the Sodak 16 game, but they've got a tough schedule coming up. The Raider boys are trying to get, both Raiders and Watertown boys are trying to get out of the cellar in their respective areas. Those Brookings, 3 teams, the bottom 3 teams in the boys trying to get out of that and into the Sodak 16 discussion. Right now, the Raider girls are sitting number 5 in the AA standings. While the Watertown Arrows, they are sitting at number 10. So they are so close to hosting a game as well. So we're getting set for the national anthem. So we are going to step aside for 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for you between Rapid City Stevens and Watertown. Again, you're listening to high school basketball action on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on KWAC Radio in Watertown. We'll return in 2 minutes.
On to tonight's game. Thank you for your cooperation and support.
South Dakota High School Activities Association is devoted to promoting positive sportsmanship throughout the school year. We encourage student athletes, coaches, and spectators to all be positive leaders, role models, and set good examples for all in attendance. There's no place for poor sportsmanship at any level in athletics or activities. For what we permit, we certainly promote. Let's all promote good sportsmanship at all of our activities throughout the school year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you now please stand for our national anthem. We remind all in attendance that the proper respect is to face the flag, remove your hat or cap, and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans in active duty military not in uniform may also salute the flag. Please join in singing along with our national anthem, performed tonight by the Stevens Raider Pep Band under the direction of George Dragoo and Jordan Seidel. Introducing the Stevens Raider cheerleaders, Grace Antonson, Peyton Doctor, Grace Trimble, Haley Hoffman, Hope Bryan, Taylor Larson, Kiana Green.
And welcome back to Carroll Hire Gymnasium, to the Anytime Auto Sales, Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham on this Friday night of high school basketball action right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Getting set for the Rapid City Stevens and Watertown Arrows girls basketball game. The Raiders coming in 7-2 on the season, while the Arrows sit at 4-4. Today's starting lineups are built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumber yard since 1928. The starting lineup for the Watertown Arrows looks like this. Number 5, Emery Thury, a 5'10 sophomore forward, as well as DWU commit. Number 12, Jada Young, a 5'8 senior guard. Number 14, Miranda Faulkner, a 5'7 junior guard. Number 35, Kendall Paulson, a 5'9 senior forward. And back in the starting lineup tonight after being injured is number 4, Maddie Rohde, a 5'7 senior guard. Head coach for the Watertown Arrows in his first year is Chad Rohde. He's been a long-time assistant for the Watertown Arrows. Looking at the starting lineup for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders, it looks like this. Number 1, Brittany Jones. She is a 5'6 sophomore guard. Number 2, Haley Oswald. She is a 5'7 senior guard. Number 3, Talia Porter, a 5'8 sophomore guard. Number 20, Isabel Higgins, a 5'9 junior forward. And number 22, Macy Wathen, a 5'9 senior guard. Head coach for the Raiders in his second year is Adam Dannenbring. Let's meet the officials. The Law on the Court is brought to us by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Today's officials are Shane Bartles, Shane Gottlieb, and Tim Vogeley. And we are ready to tip things off on a Friday night. Again, the Watertown Arrows 4-4 on the year. The Raiders of Rapid City Stevens sit 7-2 as we reach this midway point of the high school basketball season. Raiders in their home white uniforms with the blue numbers. The Arrows in their purple uniforms, they win the tip going from right to left. Driving is going to be Theory. Now they kick it outside. They work it over. It goes to Rhodey. Work it around the perimeter back to Theory. Man-to-man defense by Rapid City Stevens. With the basketball, it's going to be Rhodey now, top of the key, being hounded by Oswald. Right side, they get it to Theory. Then they work it down low to Rhodey. She puts it up a little too strong, no good. The rebound and the putback is by Jada Young.
And she did a great job. She just got to suck her way up underneath, put a good box out, good fundamental basketball.
40 seconds gone by. It's 2-0 Watertown with the lead on the State Farm scoreboard. Here's Porter, the basketball, into the right corner. They work it to Oswald. This ball's knocked out of her hands. It'll stay Raider basketball as they go from left to right. Oswald will trigger it in. Haley Oswald, 5'7" senior guard, gets the ball in. They go to Porter. Porter, top of the key, left side now. Wathen to Jones. Now Higgins in the low post, and she gets the shot and puts it in for two.
A great job of cutting right inside, attacking that defense right away. That's going to force the defense to collapse down and open up the outside.
Some full-court pressure defense. Faulkner gets into the front court to Rhodey. She fires a three at the other end. This one off the mark, no good. There's the rebound. The putback for two by Paulson is no good. Higgins comes away with it. Higgins gives the ball to Jones. Jones in the front court for the Raiders. Crossover dribble. Gets in the lane, and we're going to get a whistle against the Arrows. It was on the floor, so it'll stay Raider basketball. They'll take it out of bounds. First team foul against the Arrows. That's Miranda Faulkner with her first. There's a steal, though, by the Arrows.
Yeah, they weren't paying attention. The Raiders weren't. Jones had an open person right underneath, and she got it tipped by the Arrows.
Here's Maddie Rhodey, the basketball. She'll work it out. It'll go to Theory. Emery Theory, backdoor pass. Now they kick it into that left corner. That is Jada Young. Young in the paint, puts up the running jumper, no good. Chasing down the loose ball is Theory. New shot clock for the Arrows. Maddie Rhodey shoots a three from the top of the key. That one is no good. Rebound in the hands of Faulkner. She'll keep it alive. So some second chance opportunities here for the Arrows. Right side, they get the ball to Young. Young around the screen to the left side. Over to Theory. Now to Rhodey on that left wing. Around the screen to the right. They work it around the perimeter. They'll get it over to Faulkner. Faulkner on that right wing, back to Theory. Theory, top of the key. Left side over to Young. Young drives the left baseline. Scoop shot is good for Young. Jada Young with 4 points now, and the Arrows lead 4-2 over Rapid City Stevens.
Yeah, she has 21 points in that last game against T, so she's definitely a vital piece of this Arrow offense.
Porter to Jones in that right corner, dribbles out to the wing, passes back to Porter, now to Jones. Jones fires a three. That one is good for Brittany Jones. And 5-4, the Raiders with their first lead of this game. Some pressure defense at the other end. Theory picks it up. Theory to the right side. They work the ball. It goes to Paulson. Paulson on that right wing being hounded by Isabel Higgins. Paulson trying to hand the ball off. There's a scramble for the loose ball. Diving for it is going to be the Arrows. They try to work it inside, but Porter gets the steal. They try to work it into Paulson. Porter gets the steal for the Raiders. She'll work it into the front court on the near side. Porter gets around the screen. Has the ball knocked out of her hands. There's the steal by Young. Young trying to go coast to coast, and she will get the layup at the other end. She has all the points now for the Arrows as they lead once again by 1 over the Raiders, 6-5.
Jada Young just single-handedly taking care of the Raiders at the moment.
She is. Oswald in that right corner, down low to Higgins. She kicks it back outside to Porter. Porter now in the paint, puts up the floater. It's good for 2.
Boy, that's what she does best, right in the middle of the teeth.
First basket for Porter, 7-6. The Raiders regain the lead. Midway through this first quarter of play. Into the front court, now it's going to be Young. Young to Paulson. She kicks it out to Rhodey in the left corner. She launches a three, and it's good for Maddie Rhodey.
You can see Rhodey, she just needed that feel. That's her third attempt. Obviously, haven't played basketball since early December, and so it feels good to be out there and casting stuff in at prime time ball here.
2-point lead for Watertown, 9-7 over Rapid City Stevens. 3:40 remaining in quarter number 1. Here's Oswald, the basketball to Jones in that left corner. Now they go to Watson along the baseline. She'll kick it out to Porter. Porter shoots the three and knocks it down.
Yeah, whatever many attributes. She can drive. She can shoot from the perimeter. She can defend.
Absolutely. Here's Rhodey in the front court, wide open for three at the other end. That one is no good. Thury grabs the rebound to keep it alive underneath the basket. She dribbles out, trying to get it to Paulson, and now it's going to be stolen by Jones. Brittany Jones gets the outlet pass to Oswald. She'll work her way in the front court. Left side, they go to Porter. Porter bounce pass to Jones, top of the key. Now they work it over the right side. Watson, and she was trying to get it to Porter, but she just throws it away. Kind of miscommunication there between the Raiders.
We saw that earlier. When I was doing the JV game, they have that setup. It's like they know what each other is going to do as they cut around. They did it. A player didn't do what they were supposed to do. They turned around and flipped it across the court, and there was absolutely not a Raider in sight. So I think that's probably a similar situation here. They got this whole setup, and it's just not there.
Finley Love and Gabby Love check in for Rapid City Stevens. Also, Grace Corey in the ball game, but there's a steal by Porter for the Raiders. Porter drives hard back the other way. The shot is no good. The layup's no good, but it's going to be free throws coming up for Talia Porter.
So I guess if you have to look at a weakness of Porter, let's talk about here for a minute, is she doesn't have lightning blazing speed when she gets a steal. She has great hands. She can steal super well, but she just doesn't have that speed when she gets down there, so she's easily tracked down.
Addie Johnston with her first personal, second team foul. It is a non-shooting, and there's Higgins for three. Shot's no good. Porter, though, the ball bounces to her. And now right from the top of the key, that's going to be Gabby Love. Her three is no good. Another battle for the rebound, and putting it up is Porter. And we're going to get a whistle against the Arrows once again as Porter hits the deck.
Yeah, she had, no less than 3 to 4 arrows around her. You feel like you're in combat. I got arrows all around me.
Addie Johnston picks up her second, 13th foul against the Arrows. At the free throw line will be Talia Porter, who's a 77.5% free throw shooter.
Porter just getting in there and just battling her way for those rebounds.
She's averaging 17.4 points per game. She has 6 in this first quarter. 11-9 is your scores. The Raiders lead by 2. Make that 3 as Porter gets both free throws. She has 7 points now.
I'll tell you what Porter's attributes are is definitely that rebounding. She has more offensive rebounds than she does defensive.
The ball is thrown low for Grace Corey, and it hits her about at the ankles and rolls out of bounds. So the Raiders force the turnover. They'll have the basketball. Talia Porter in the front court. Porter, left side, they'll go to Love. Gabby Love, wide open again. She'll launch the three and knocks it down.
Absolutely nobody stepped out on her. She wanted to move the ball around the perimeter. Nobody comes out. She's like, that's okay. I'll just go for this. And I think Coach Rhodey was not happy about it.
So we do have a timeout here at the ball game. With 2:07 remaining on the State Farm scoreboard in this first quarter, it's Rapid City Stevens 15 and the Watertown Arrows 9. It's a 30-second timeout for the Watertown Arrows. For all of your office, shop, and storage needs, choose Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza. Quality, affordable, and reliable. There's nothing better on the west side of Rapid City. Call 605-721-9777. Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza. Again, 2:07 remaining in the first quarter. Rapid City Stevens leading Watertown 15-9 on the State Farm scoreboard. Arrows basketball. This is going to be Jada Young working her way into the front court. Being guarded by Watson. Left side, they go to Rhodey. Actually, that's not Rhodey. That is Addie Johnston who's checked in. Now they work it around back to Young. Young in the paint, puts up the jumper. That one's no good. Higgins comes storming in there, gets the rebound. She'll push the ball in the front court. They go ahead to Love. Gabby Love back to Higgins. Higgins drives the basket, now kicks it outside. Porter's going to shoot the three, and she knocks it down.
How effective is that? The fact that Higgins just draws so much attention. When she gets down there, they have to trap her, and that just opens up everything.
10 points in the first quarter for Talia Porter as the Raiders double up on the Arrows 18-9 with just under a minute, just under 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. There's a backdoor pass. The shot is up, and it's good. Looks like number 24, that's Jade Lund, the 5'8 junior, with her first basket. 18-11 now, a 7-point Raider lead. Getting down close to 60 seconds left in the first quarter. Porter now to Love on that left wing. Love dribbles to the top of the key, passes right side to Finley Love. Now to Porter as Porter gets around the screen. Porter to Love in that right corner, drives the baseline, trying to get it to her sister in the right corner. That was Gabby Love, but it's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Raider basketball.
I think it almost hit their mom in the head. She's just over there as well. It's like, here you go, Mom, a little souvenir.
Maddie Rohde checks back in the ball game, as does number 33, Avery Munger. There's a three. That one by Love is no good. Getting the rebound is going to be Emery Thury. Thury works her way into the front court on the far side, across from the scorer's table, hands the ball off to Young. J.D. Young, the basketball, crossover dribble to the left. They'll get the ball to Thury. Thury back out front to Lund. Down to 28 seconds now. Right side, driving that right baseline is Munger. Munger's cut off, gets the ball back out to Young. J.D. Young. Down low to Thury. Thury outside to Rohde. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass down low. It's Munger. She puts up the shot. Bounces around the rim. No good. It's tapped out. The shot is up. It's no good by Lund. And we're going to get a travel. Macy Watson gets the rebound and then falls down.
She got I don't know why she didn't get rid of it. She fell down slowly a little bit. I thought maybe she would have had time.
7.9 seconds remaining. It'll be Jada Young. She'll trigger it in from the right baseline. Young gets the ball to Rohde. Being guarded by Claire Fierro. Right side, they're going to get it to Young. Young drives that right baseline down to 2 seconds, puts up the shot. A little too strong, no good. That's going to do it. That's the end of the first quarter here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium in Rapid City. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. After one, it's Rapid City Stevens 18 and the Watertown Arrows 11. We'll step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and KWAT Radio in Watertown.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales, Service, and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Right here on Fox Sports Rapid City, it's Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday night. Real quickly, before we start the second quarter, we'll dig into the Kearney files in girls basketball. Since 2007, Rapid City Stevens is 6-4 against Watertown, 5-0 since 2018. Now we're going to get a jump ball to start this second quarter. It was Raider basketball, and it will actually be Watertown basketball now. Miranda Faulkner will trigger it in.
Yeah, like we said, the Arrows had their best season they've had in quite a long time last year, and hopefully to build upon that. They only lost 3 seniors.
Here's Jada Young into that right corner. Getting trapped. We're going to have a push. That will be on Haley Oswald. That's her first, in fact, the first team foul against the Raiders this half. So really not a lot of fouls in this ball game.
No, there haven't been at all so far. It's good, tough, physical basketball. You can tell it's going to be physical when the players show up with volleyball and elbow on their knees and elbow pads.
Faulkner gets the ball. It goes over to Young. Young top of the key now. Left side, they go over to Maddie Rohde. Rohde around the screen to the right. Back out front to Thury. Now they work it over to Young. Young trying to get it to Thury in that right corner, being hounded by Macy Watson. Wants to drive. Brings it out to the wing. Looking inside. Now passes. They'll go back to Faulkner. Faulkner, left side. There's Paulson for 3. This one rims in and out. No good. A battle for the rebound. Young comes away with it. Now the ball is loose, but we're going to get a whistle against the Raiders.
It was 2-on-1 battle down there. Young was right in the middle of it, just trying to get a hold of it. And finally, we end up with a foul.
Brittany Jones picking up her first, second team foul against the Raiders. Again, we want to thank those of you who are watching the stream on GoRaidersLive.com. There's a backdoor pass to Rohde. Her shot is no good, but the ball's tapped out. It'll stay Watertown basketball. Here's Faulkner. Top of the key, now back to her left. Kicks it into the corner. There's the shot by Young. That one is short, no good. Wathen comes away with it. Wathen to Porter. Porter works her way into the front court. Passes, they go to Claire Fierro. Fierro kicks it out to Oswald. She'll shoot the long range shot there. It is no good. Rhodey comes away with it. Rhodey in the front court on that far side, being guarded by Jones. Rhodey spins back to her right. Drives hard to the basket, puts up the shot, and puts it in for two. Nice shot. That was a tough physical. That was a kind of Talia Porter-esque right there, the way she just kind of took care of it and decided to take things in her own hands. Here's Oswald for the Raiders. They work it down low, trying to get it to Fierro. Fierro kicks it back to Porter. Porter on that right wing, trying to lob it inside. Instead, she'll go to Jones, top of the key. Jones back to Porter. Porter shoots the three from the corner. Rims in and out, no good. A battle for the rebound, and we're going to get a whistle against the Raiders, I believe.
Yeah, I think Jones came in from the backside. A couple of arrows kind of collapsed, and she was just going after it, but all of a sudden they sealed her out, and she kind of knocked one or two of them over.
Brittany Jones, the 5'6" sophomore, picking up her second, third team foul against the Raiders. Gabby Love comes back in, as does Isabel Higgins and Finley Love.
She's not a really big girl, so for her to knock some players over, she must have came in hard.
She must have. This will be Jada Young working her way into the front court. Left side, they go to Rhodey. Rhodey dribbles around the perimeter, gets around the screen to the right side, passes the ball to Young. Young working inside. She's going to lob it into Thury.
Wow.
Thury hits the deck, as does Gabby Love.
Yeah, and I think that's going to go against the Arrows. The ball was high. She couldn't handle it, so it got off her hands. The Raiders were going after it there, and I think Thury just kind of knocked her over. Two players being aggressive after the ball.
Emery Thury picking up her first, fourth team foul. Here's Porter handling the pressure, gets into the front court. They go to Love. Cross-court pass to her sister, Gabby Love, shoots the three. Rims in and out, no good. Finley grabs the rebound from that right elbow. Has a shot blocked by Thury. A scramble for the loose ball. The ball is loose, and I think we'll get a jump ball.
I think so. I think that whistle might have been a little bit quicker for you to ask that official. If he goes and reviews that tape, he might say, oh, man, I should have let him play through that one.
Again, Shane Bartles, Tim Bogley, and Shane Gottlieb are officials for this girls contest. 5:18 remaining in the second quarter, 18-13. Rapid City Stevens leading by 5. Oswald the basketball for the Raiders. Zone defense now by the Arrows. They get it out to Higgins. Higgins back to Love. Trying to lob it inside. It goes over Oswald, but we're going to get a whistle against the Arrows.
Yeah, it's kind of an off ball, kind of right in front down here on the near baseline.
That will be Kendall Paulson picking up her first, fifth team foul. Love triggers it in, and Thury gets the steal. She passes the ball ahead to Young in the front court. Young drives hard and lays it in at the other end. Jada Young with 8 points.
She's got some nice speed.
She does. 18-15. Finley Love the basketball. There's the floater in the paint. That one's no good. Higgins grabs the rebound and puts it in for two.
That's the Higgins we know. We haven't seen much of her. She cast that three earlier, but haven't heard much of her.
4 points in the ball game. She had double digits the other night against the Sturgis Scoopers. 20-15, the Raiders by 5. In the low post, they kick the ball out. There's a three from the right side. That one just hits the right side of the iron and goes out of bounds. So the three no good for Jade Lund. Gabby Love will exit as Macy Wathen checks back in.
I tell you what, much like the Raiders, the Watertown Arrows, hitting those threes from outside is a big part of their game and just not happening for them right now. I mean, they're still in this game, obviously, but, man, think of all the shots they've taken.
Porter to Wathen, cross-court pass to Oswald on the far side. Now they go back to Wathen. Trying to work around this zone defense. Wathen to Higgins. Higgins pump fakes. Now passes down low. Porter puts up the shot, no good. Gets her own rebound. That shot was blocked, I think. But we're going to get a foul against the Arrows.
Yeah, it is. In that zone they created, the Raiders did a great job breaking it down, moving it to the outside. Porter snuck in the back door, got the ball down low, just couldn't hit the easy shot.
Jade Lund picking up her first 6-team foul against the Arrows. At the free throw line will be Porter, where she's a perfect 2 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. Make that 3 for 3, as she has 11 points in the ball game. Maddie Rohde comes back in. Addie Johnston checks in for the Arrows as well. Second free throw coming up. That one is good for Porter. 12 points now for Porter. Averages 17 on the season. 22-15 is your score. Maddie Rohde in the backcourt. Bounce pass into the front court, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Raiders as they apply some pressure there.
They just have such good quickness. It just makes that defense work so well. If you close out, there's not a lot of open shots when you are taking on the Raiders.
Here's Maddie Rohde, the basketball, top of the key. Bounce pass right side to go to Johnston. Johnson dribbles around the perimeter, now spins back to her right. She'll give the ball. It'll go to Lund. Lund picks up her dribble, bounced backdoor pass to Rohde. Her shot is no good, though, a little too strong. It bounced around the rim and comes out. Wathen in the front court, gets in the paint, drives hard, puts up the shot, no good, but Maisie Wathen heads to the free throw line.
She goes right into a triple team. If you're Coach Rohde, you're like, ladies, how in the world do we let somebody get the ball, drive all the way up into their front court, right up to the rim, end up with a foul when she started with the ball way back there?
Jade Lund picks up her second, 7th team foul as Macy Wathen gets her first point. She comes in the second leading scorer on this Raider team, averaging, it looks like 9.2 points per game. She's a 62.5% free throw shooter. Second free throw shot is good for Macy Wathen. The Raiders now as a team, perfect, 6 for 6. In the front court is Young, cross-court pass to Rohde. She'll shoot the three from the corner. That one rims in and out, no good. The rebound grabbed by the Arrows, and they will count the basket +1 for Grace Corey.
A great job. That's one thing that definitely the Coach Rohde said, we got. I know how athletic these Raiders are, and we got to be able to get there and get those effective rebounds and get it back, and they did just that. It was right over Porter. Porter was right there, but yet Grace was there to make it happen.
Ball bounces around the rim, no good. Higgins grabs the rebound. 24-17, the Raiders by 7. Macy Wathen into the corner, they go to Love. Finley Love dribbles around the perimeter, gets to the top of the key. Now they go right side, Higgins, back to Oswald. Oswald trying to work it inside. They get it to Porter, but it's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah.
They tried to get it to Porter, but it's going to be a jump between her and Jade Lund.
That was a half a second late. Porter had a spot. But right at the last second, they waited too long, and the defender got over there, and they both kind of collided.
Full court pressure defense by the Raiders. 3 minutes remaining in the second. Lund will, or no, it'll be Grace Corey who triggers it in. They get the ball. It'll go to Jada Young. Young in the backcourt. Bounce pass into the front. It's going to be Jade Lund with, or I'm sorry, that's going to be Grace with it, but then stolen by Higgins. Higgins loses the ball. She dribbled it off her foot, I think.
It looks so sweet, and then just all of a sudden, doof.
Thury, left side, gets the ball. It'll go to Corey. Grace Corey. Now back to Rohde. They work it around to that right wing. That's going to be Corey once again. Or Jade Lund, I'm sorry. Lund to Rohde. Rohde hands the ball top to Young. Young, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Macy Wathen got a piece of it, knocks it out of bounds. No, it's going to be Raider basketball.
She got a piece of it, and for some reason, Jade Lund went after it, even though they had an easy ball there. It said she tried to go after it, and she touched it before it went out.
Miranda Faulkner will check back in. She replaces 24, Jade Lund. Macy Wathen will trigger it in. We're down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and the Raiders leading in this first half, 24-17. Wathen in the front court, passes back to Porter. Again, that zone defense by the Arrows. Porter around the perimeter, looking inside, picks up her dribble, so passes back to Finley Love. Love to Porter. Porter in the paint, pulls up, shoots from the free throw line. That one is no good. The ball's tapped around in the hands of J.D. Young. Young pushes the ball in the front court. Faulkner in the front court, in the paint, drives hard, puts it in for 2. First basket for Miranda Faulkner. Finley Love at the other end, and there's a block by Jada Young. I don't know if she was trying to pass it, but Young
No,
Watson out of bounds.
Yeah, she was. She was trying to get it across, but Young did a great job, got her hand up there, and then a big-time collision there, no call.
Jada Young, the 5'8 senior, committing to Dakota Wesleyan University. Here's Macy Watson for three from the right side, and it's nothing but net for Macy Watson. She has 5 points now for the Raiders, and they lead 27-19 over the Arrows. Emery Thury, the basketball. Thury on that right side, dribbles to the right baseline, hands the ball off. It's going to go to Corey. Race Corey out to Rhodey for three. This one is short, no good. The ball comes back to Rhodey. Down to a minute 15. Trying to work it inside. They overthrow Jada Young. Claire Fierro picks up the loose ball. Fierro ahead to Watson. Watson on that near side. Now cross-court pass to Finley Love. Love crossover dribble, drives hard to the basket, puts up the scoop shot, and it's the basket +1 for Finley Love.
Boy, we just love Finley. She comes off the bench. She is such a spark.
Mm-hmm.
She is just a hair bit behind on her position to get in the starting lineup. She is right there, and I think just some development in on the JV squad that she gets. She takes over that game, just does a great job out there. She's right there. She's just a great number 6 player right now for the Raiders, and just such a valuable tool.
Finley is just a freshman. She was even on the varsity last year, did not get very little playing time as an 8th grader. That one rims in and out, no good. It's going to be a whistle against the Raiders. I think that's Higgins.
Yeah. If you think about it, Brittany Jones, sophomore, Talia Porter, sophomore, Finley Love, freshman. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. The future looks good there for the Raiders.
Yeah, and Isabel Higgins is only a junior, so
she picks up her first personal 15 foul. Allie Peterson checks in for the Raiders. This is Jada Young in the front court, gives the ball to Rhodey. Rhodey kicks it outside. There's a three from the right wing. That one is no good for number 24, Jade Lund. And they're going to say it's going to stay Arrows basketball. It went out of bounds there.
Yeah, there were a couple players going after it. The look on Coach Dannenbrink's face just says, like, oh, man, we almost had it.
Jada Young will trigger it in. She gets the ball in. It goes from Lund, now out to Rhodey. Rhodey to the wing, out to Young for three. That one, he bounces around the rim and goes in for Jada Young.
Right side, straight up and down.
11 points now for Jada Young, 29-22. The lead 7 for the Raiders on the State Farm scoreboard. Down to 20 seconds now. Here's Allie Peterson. The ball works around the perimeter, gets around the screen to the top of the key, left side to Oswald. Down to 12 seconds. Oswald the basketball around the screen. She's going to shoot the three from the top of the key. It's good for Oswald. Young with the basketball now. She's going to put it up at about 3/4 court. That's an air ball. That's going to do it. That's the way we end this first half of action at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. After 2 quarters of play, it's Rapid City Stevens 32 and Watertown 22. We'll step aside for 1 minute. When we return, it's the halftime show right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City, also on KWAT Radio in Watertown.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with Colton, who's right here in the area. And a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of Colton today, and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
recreation. We're back here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. Jerome Wickersham and Dean Kerr with you on this Friday night on Fox Sports Rapid City, also KWAT in Watertown. And we want to thank those who are watching our stream tonight on GoRaidersLive.com. Here at the break, 32-22, Rapid City Stevens with the lead over the Watertown Arrows. In girls basketball action, the Raiders have won 2 straight, trying to extend that win streak to 3 tonight. They led 18-11 at the end of the first quarter, and then they outscored the Arrows 14-11 in that second quarter. Dean, 10-point Raider lead. The big difference in this ball game has got to be from the perimeter, as well as the Raiders knocked down 6 3-pointers in that first half compared to only 2 for the Arrows.
Yeah, it definitely is. 6-2, that makes it, when you're talking about threes, that makes a huge difference. They shot 50% from beyond the arc, did the Raiders, whereas Watertown only shot 18%. Definitely one of the bigger factors out there. I think both teams are hustling great. They're getting, I think turnovers are probably, they say 9-9 turnovers, but I think the turnovers are probably hurting Watertown a little bit more than they are the Raiders. The Raiders are able to convert. And again, when you're cashing from outside, it's going to create open opportunities. We saw Higgins early on cutting through. She got some early points, knifing in that situation and battled for her other 2 points. But a lot of that's going to open up, especially when you've got all the Raiders hitting. Everybody's shooting from outside, all the different 3-point people we saw. But Brittany Jones hit one, Watson hit one, Oswald hit one, Talia Porter hit 2, Gabby Love hit up if the Raiders are knocking those down. Now, at the other side, like we're talking about, again, it's from the perimeter. Watertown likes to shoot them. They're not hitting them. Is that going to be a difference if they close in or get blown out? We may see. Again, your score at halftime, 32-22. Rapid City Stevens leading Watertown in this girls basketball matchup, breaking down the scoring in the first half. For the Raiders, they were led by Talia Porter, who scored 12 points in that first half, 10 of those coming in the first quarter. She's a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Also 5 points for Macy Watson on 2 free throws and a 3-pointer. And we also have 4 points for Isabel Higgins to go along with 4 rebounds in this first half. And then 3 points each for Brittany Jones, Haley Oswald, and Gabby Love. And then 2 points for Finley Love. For the Watertown Arrows at the other end, just 1 free throw attempted in that first half. They're 0 for 1 from the charity stripe. They're led at the break by Jada Young with 11 points. She had 6 of those in the first quarter, and then knocked down 2 more shots in the second quarter, 1 from behind the arc. So 11 points for Jada Young, 5 points for Maddie Rohde, who returns from injury, and then 2 points each for Miranda Faulkner, Jade Lund, and also Grace Corey in that first half as well. You look at the rebounding tonight, it is right now the rebound battle being won by the Arrows. They have 19 first half rebounds compared to 13 for the Raiders, but they also have 10 of those rebounds on the offensive glass. Yeah, and that's so huge. Talia Porter has 3 of the 5 offensive rebounds for the Raiders, and when she gets that offensive rebound, it's so much more effective. You can get an offensive rebound if you can't convert, so be it. Now, you like that. You want that to happen, more opportunities. But when you got someone like Higgins or Porter, when they get an offensive rebound and they're able to quickly convert and get back there or get to the free throw line, those are definitely much more effective on the offensive glass.
So any other adjustments we see in the second half? What do we expect from these 2 ball clubs?
Well, I expect a lot of the same thing. I expect that Watertown, and again, is going to continue to move the ball. They're going to continue to shoot from the perimeter. I think they played well. Obviously, they just haven't hit the shot that they were hoping to hit. Turnovers, hopefully less. You want under 10 for the game, not 9 for the half. So that's definitely going to be a huge factor. So take care of basketball, knocking out some shots.
So we'll see what happens here in this second half. Again, the Raiders lead at the break, 32-22 over Watertown in this girls basketball contest. We're going to step aside here in our halftime show. We'll come back. We'll try to track down some scores for you and then we'll get you ready for the second half when we return in 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and KWAT Radio in Watertown.
Honda True. Discover 3 tiers of vehicle coverage that work for you. Only at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. The inspection is just the beginning. Honda Certified Pre-Owned means peace of mind with incredible benefits like 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, up to 2 complimentary oil changes, 24/7 roadside assistance, inspection report, and 3-day exchange option. Check out all the benefits and search inventory at honda-true.com or come by Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda in Rapid City.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Welcome back to the halftime show here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium in Rapid City with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickerchamp. We want to welcome you to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Just getting set to start this second half here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium, where Rapid City Stevens leads Watertown 32-22 is your score. Just some scores real quickly on the State Farm scoreboard. Late in the fourth quarter, it's Yankton 34, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 33. Mitchell leading Sioux Falls Lincoln 45-31 in girls basketball. At the end of the first half, Red Cloud 24, Spearfish 16. And then over at Howard Nas Gymnasium, 2 minutes left in the first, Brookings 25, Rapid City Central 9. And we'll have more scores coming up for you throughout the broadcast. Raider basketball to start this second half, and Brittany Jones nails the three from the left side. It was a great job of working it back and forth. They tried the backdoor cut, but the Arrows cut it off, and now we get a steal by Porter, who can't hit the easy layup. Watertown comes away with it. Young trying to get the ball to Paulson in the front court, but Oswald chases down the loose ball. Paulson comes away with it, though. She tried to bounce it off her.
Yeah, Oswald tried to knock it off her, but it stayed in bounds.
Here's Thury, the basketball, gets it out front. It's going to be Jada Young. As the Arrows go from left to right, they trail 35-22. Young, the basketball, lobs it inside. The shot is up by Paulson, no good. It's knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay Arrows basketball underneath their own basket. Looks like Jada Young, the 5'8 senior, will trigger it in along the left baseline. And the Arrows going from left to right here at Carroll Higher. There's the shot. It's into Paulson, or the basketball into Paulson. Now back to Young as she dribbles to that right wing. She gets the ball to Thury, driving the right baseline, kicks it outside. Paulson shoots the three. This one off the mark, no good. Loose ball chased down by Haley Oswald. Oswald gets the ball to Watson in the front court as the Raiders go from right to left. Oswald hands the ball off to Porter. Porter sets it up. Plenty of time on the shot clock, 23 seconds. Porter around the screen to the right side, into the right corner they go to Jones. Jones dribbles out now. Passes left side. They're going to work it to Watson in the left corner. Back out front to Higgins. She pump fakes, drives the right baseline. Has the ball knocked out of her hands. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Higgins.
Yeah, she had a great job by Emery Thury to cut her off she just stonewalled her, and she really had no place to go with it, did Higgins. This will be Emery Thury in the backcourt. Now the ball is loose. They tried to get it to Young. We're going to get a jump ball, though. Or Faulkner was the arrow that tied that one up. Yeah, great job by Oswald. She playing the percentages, watched it, kind of undercut, sneaky into getting the steal. Watertown basketball. Jada Young works her way into the front court. Driving on Macy Wathen to that right side. Now pulls back. Being chased. Double team there. Lobs it inside. The shot by Paulson is good. Kendall Paulson with her first basket. 35-24. The lead is 11 for the Raiders. 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Brittany Jones in the front court. Dribbles to that right side. Zone defense again by the Watertown Arrows. Cross-court pass. They go to Oswald. Oswald gets in the paint. Puts up this one-handed shot. It bounces around the rim. It goes in for Oswald. I thought that was going to hook to the left, and instead it kind of, I don't know if it was like had some English on it or what. Porter knocks the ball out of bounds. It stays Watertown basketball. Was Jade Lund checks back in. Lund comes in for number 5, Emery Thury, who takes a seat. 5:35 remaining on the State Farm scoreboard. Here's Maddie Rohde, the basketball, in the front court. They work it over. It'll go to Faulkner. Faulkner had the ball stolen by Talia Porter. Porter crossover dribble. Works her way into the front court on that far side. Dribbles to the right wing. Porter crossover dribble. Spins back to her right. And it's going to be a 5-second violation on Talia Porter. Yeah, you know she loves to drive. She loves to take the ball in herself. You create that ISO opportunity for her. And instead she went to her left, then came back to her right. That adds some time in there. And like I said, she's not amazingly fast. She just is physical to get to the hoop. Rohde works it around. They go to Faulkner. Now to Young on that left wing. Trying to get it inside. Rohde saves it from going out of bounds, but it's picked up by Jones. Jones in a hurry. Works her way into the front court. Pulls up, shoots the 12-foot jumper. That one no good. The ball's tapped around. Higgins comes away with it. Gets the ball to Wathen to Porter. She puts it in. Porter knocked to the deck, but gets the basket to go. Yeah, she has such great body control. She gets it, has the pressure. She's falling down. It looked like she was being folded like a taco or something. Maybe I'm just hungry. I don't know, but getting folded on her way down, throws it up, has the ball drop. It's just that kind of night for Porter. Porter now with 14 points. She goes to the charity stripe where she's a perfect 4 for 4. That foul is going to be on Miranda Faulkner. That's her second first-team foul this half against the Arrows. Free throw no good for Porter. It stays a 15-point Raider lead, 39-24. Wathen knocks the ball out of bounds. Checking in is going to be Grace Corey. She comes in. She's going to replace, I think it was Jada Young, who gets to sit down. Or no, it was not Young. It was Thury. Again, Macy Wathen gets her hand on it once again, knocks it out of bounds. She thought it was last touched by the Arrows. She's got the quick hands. She does. The Raiders are very handsy in a good way. Out there playing ball. They got their hands in the passing lanes, knocking things away. Young into Lund. Now it's going to be Rohde for 3, and it's nothing but net for Maddie Rohde. Well, you think Watertown missed her? Absolutely. 8 points now for Maddie Rohde. 39-27, the lead a dozen for the Raiders. Here's Porter trying to answer at the other end. That one bounces high off the rim, no good. It's a battle for the loose ball. Higgins keeps it alive. She'll get the ball to Wathen. Shot so good, but then Higgins gets the basket. Right there, just a presence. She plays so big. She's not tall, but she just plays big and just takes care of her spot on the floor. 5'9", but plays her role well there in the paint. Here's Rohde the basketball now, out at that right wing. Looking inside. Now she passes cross-court pass. Gets it over to Lund. Now back to Rohde. Rohde on the near side. Bounce pass over to Lund, or Grace, Grace Corey. And we're going to get a whistle against the Raiders. Yeah, Wathen just getting her hands in the passing lane, but creating that contact on the arm of the Watertown Arrow. And Coach Rohde's got to set up something here to try to see if his team can climb back in this game. We're going to get a full timeout here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. We will step aside for 30 seconds.
On the State Farm scoreboard, Rapid City Stevens leading Watertown 41-27 is your score. We'll return in 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and KWAT Radio in Watertown.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
Would you...
And welcome back to Carroll Hire Gymnasium to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Girls showdown in our first contest tonight, as Rapid City Stevens leads 41-27. On the inbounds play, Jane Lund knocks it in from the right elbow. Her fourth point, it's 41-29 now. The Raiders lead by 14. They try to work it into Higgins. Higgins kicks it back outside to Gabby Love, who's checked in. Now they work it to Porter. Back to Love. Love in the paint. Passes back to Wathen. She fires a three and gets it.
And we're going to get a foul underneath. We're going to see if this one counts. And they're going to talk about it. When did the shot go up? Did the foul happen while the ball was in the air, or did it happen underneath before the ball went in the air? And we're going to count the basket. So the basket by Macy Wathen is good. But Higgins will be called for her second team foul against the Raiders. Just trying to, get position down there. So now back to a 15-point Raider lead, 44-29 on the State Farm scoreboard. Just over 3 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Maddie Rohde the basketball. On the right side, they get it back out. It'll go to Lund. Now they work it over to Young. Young in the paint. Kicks it back outside. They go to Paulson to Thury. Emery Thury in the paint. The running jumper is good for Emery Thury. Her first basket, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah, they need a little bit of reaction from what happened on the other end. A little answer for them. And they're just trying to climb back into this game. They're not far away from it. It's only a 13-point lead right now for the Raiders. So they need to chip away, going a little bit of a run. Still third quarter. Emery Thury with her first basket. A chance to make this a 12-point lead, and she does just that. She has 3 points now. 44-32, Rapid City Stevens leading Watertown with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Macy Wathen in the front court to Jones on that left wing. Back to Wathen in front of the scorer's table. As the Raiders go from right to left, they go back to Jones. To Wathen in that left corner. She's looking inside. Works it back to Jones. Now to Wathen. Wathen along the baseline. It's Porter. Back to Wathen. Now down low. Porter on the post. Back out to Jones. Jones shoots the quick release three. And it's good for Jones. Her third three-pointer in this ball game. 47-32. Here's Rohde driving. That's Addie Johnson who's driving at the other end. Yeah, and we're going to get a player control foul heading back the other way. I don't know if Chad Rohde likes it or not. I think he's going to talk to Shane about that. Mm-hmm. Now, Chad Rohde is a longtime official. I got a chance to talk with him before the game. He has bounced between coaching and officiating, been doing it for quite a while. He's the head coach of Esteline, took them to the state tournament way a long time ago, did that for 5 years, so he knows the game. 47-32, the Raiders by 15. That matches, I believe, their largest lead. Jones top of the key. And we're going to get a timeout. A 30-second timeout as Brittany Jones picked up her dribble. She was in jeopardy of getting a 5-second violation. So a quick 30-second timeout. Again, Rapid City Stevens leading by 15 over Watertown. 47-32 is your score in this third quarter. For all of your office, shop, and storage needs, choose Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza. Quality, affordable, and reliable. There's nothing better on the west side of Rapid City. Call 605-721-9777
Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza.
Like we said, right now Watertown just needs to put a few things together here. A nice little run to wrap up the third quarter would be great for them to kind of get them climbing back in. But I'll tell you, it's just not that easy. When we talked about how athletic the Raiders are, they play defense, they move the ball well, and it's really hard to get a good, clean-looking shot.
Raider basketball. Here's Talia Porter to Brittany Jones. 2 minutes now remaining in the third. Back to Porter. Porter splits the defenders. Puts the shot up. It was a tough shot there as they were running out of the shot clock.
Yeah, right in the triple team area, and they stole the ball just in time.
This is J.D. Young in the front court. Spins back to her right. Passes left side. It's going to be Faulkner driving. Puts up the shot. Rolls around the rim. No good. It's tapped out. It's going to go to the hands of Haley Oswald. Oswald on that far side. Works her way into the front court for the Raiders. Passes to Jones in the corner. Jones dribbles out to the wing. Crossover dribble to her left. And now they're going to get her with a carry. They say Brittany Jones carried the ball there. So Raider turnover gives Watertown the basketball.
That last miss by Watertown kind of typifies the night. Just so close, right in there, just not falling the shots that they need.
Here's Paulson. Now they work it over to Thury, back to Young. Young looking inside. Kicks it back outside. That's going to be Addie Johnston. Her three is no good, but the arrows keep it alive. Here's Young to the basketball. Over to Miranda Faulkner for three. That one bounces high off the rim, no good. Oswald went for the rebound, and she is going to hit the deck as she is knocked over.
Yeah, Emery Thury also went for the rebound and got a little too much momentum, knocking Oswald down. How about J.D. Young? She was lighting up the scoreboard, doing a lot early on in this game. She's kind of been quiet since then.
Scoreless in this second half.
Yeah, we just haven't called her number a lot. Watertown not able to knock shots down here in the second half, and J.D. Young being quiet.
Oswald to Porter in that right corner. They go to Fierro. No, bounce pass to Wampin in the paint, and she banks it in for two. 5 points in the quarter, 10 overall now for Macy Waffin. At the other end, driving is Jada Young. Her shot is no good. Waffin comes away with the rebound. She'll push the ball into the front court. Fierro drives hard to the basket. Her shot is short, no good. We're going to get a whistle against the Raiders as Fierro fighting Miranda Faulkner for the rebound.
I'll tell you what, right now, Watertown just can't get easy shots, and when they do, they're just not falling. I know it's easier said than done when you're going against the Raiders, but you got to be able to battle through them and battle test it again. Like you said, they're trying to get into a spot where they can host the Sodak 16, but they got to be able to compete here. Faulkner on the front court. Cross-court pass right side to Maddie Rohde. 18 seconds now left in the third quarter. To Thury, working it down low. There's the shot. It is up and no good for number 33, Avery Munger. And now we get a whistle that stops the play. Getting a little too aggressive there. At least it's kind of hard to tell players to back off when you screamed at them, yelled at them, encouraged them to be more aggressive as it goes along, and then all of a sudden they get a ball down here. You got them trapped, and you kind of get your arms moving in there. So it's the right place, right time type thing. So it's kind of the hard ones to swallow for coaches. Delia Porter picks up her fourth team foul. Bree Karna checks in for Rapid City Stevens. There's the bounce pass. The shot is up. It's no good for Lund. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay Watertown basketball with 5.5 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 17-point lead for the Raiders. That's their largest. It is Corey who will get it in. There's Young who drives, and a whistle against the Raiders will send Jada Young to the free throw line for the first time tonight. I tell you what, this last 10, 15 seconds for the Raiders, it's just not going. They're fouling. They're letting the ball go out of bounds. They're just not having a great finish to the quarter. But on the other hand, Watertown unfortunately is not able to take advantage of it. They've got fouls. They can't hit those shots.
Finley Love comes back in. She replaces Macy Watson. And Jada Young hits one of two free throws. 2 seconds. Brittany Jones just holding on to the basketball. She's going to let the time run out. That'll do it. That's the end of the third quarter here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium in Rapid City. On the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. Your score after 3, Rapid City Stevens 49 and Watertown 33. We'll step aside for 1 minute right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City and KWAT Radio in Watertown.
Buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Raider basketball to start the fourth quarter. Brittany Jones' shot from the right side is no good. Arrow basketball now. This is Jada Young in the front court. Young, top of the key, dribbles around the screen to the right side as they go from left to right. Looking inside, instead she's going to pass it over to Thury. Thury drives hard in the basket and tries to bank it in. Shot's no good. Wathen grabs the rebound for the Raiders. Again, they lead by 16. 49-33. Here's Wathen, crossover dribble. Picks it up on the elbow, gives the ball back to Jones. Jones pulls up from the left side, just inside the arc, and knocks it down. She's had a really good game for the Raiders.
Yeah, if you're just going to leave her wide open, I'm sure Coach Dannenbrink said, hey, if you're there, there's nobody around you, take it.
Now we're going to get a whistle. That will be on Macy Wathen. That's going to be her second with the reach there. 16 foul against the Raiders.
It's so appealing when the ball's right in front of you. It's like, man, I can get it right here. But, you know, a good offensive player is going to keep the ball moving. Some coaches teach the little cross thing. You go up and down and left and right and up and down, left and right. Keep the ball moving, go around in a circle to keep them from just being able to easily swat the ball away.
Miranda Faulkner at the free throw line. That's her first free throw attempt. She's good on, makes good on that one. 51-34 is your score now.
She's one of the plethora of arrows that missed some time this year.
Second free throw by Faulkner is good. She has 4 points now. 51-35, a 16-point Raider lead. The ball into the front court to Higgins, and Higgins banks it in for two.
I tell you what, that's what the Raiders do, and you've got to be ready for it. I know that Coach Rohde talked about it.
Pass, trying to get it to Young. Young tried to save it. It's thrown out of bounds as Jada Young fell into the front row of seats there.
Ouch. Well, if the official would just stand inbounds, it could have just bounced off of him, and it would have been inbounds.
So Wathen, Talia Porter, Brittany Jones, Isabel Higgins, and Haley Oswald all on the floor for the Raiders. 6:40 remaining in the fourth. They lead 53-35. Here's Brittany Jones, the basketball. Jones on that right side. They're back to the zone defense for the Arrows. Porter to Jones. Jones, top of the key, left side to Porter. Porter bounce pass to Jones in that left corner. She's going to drive now. She gets by two defenders and puts it in for two. And what a game for Brittany Jones.
Yeah, you love to see her step up again. We needed someone besides Porter.
Ball bounces off the foot of Kendall Paulson, but it's going to be picked up, though, by the Arrows. Lund, left side to Young. Jada Young drives that left baseline, kicks it back outside to Paulson. Now Paulson right side. There's a three from the right corner. That one is no good. Oswald grabs the rebound after the miss by Lund. Into the front court, Lund taps the ball to Porter. Porter puts up the shot, no good. Gets her own rebound, misses it. It's a scramble for the loose ball. Rohde comes away with it. as she gets the ball to Kendall Paulson. Wow. Paulson to Rhodey in the front court now. Arrows trail by 20. That is their largest deficit. Backing his theory, gives the ball to Paulson. Paulson puts up the shot, in and out, no good. And that's the story of the night for the Arrows.
Absolutely. There's a lid on that basket, near basket, just not happening.
Left side, they go to Macy Wathen into the corner. That's going to be a 3 for Talia Porter. Shot's no good. Higgins gets the rebound, no good. Gets her own rebound, and she is fouled, so Isabel Higgins makes a trip to the charity stripe.
Well, it's definitely not by lack of effort tonight for the Watertown Arrows, but the Raiders just being athletic, getting the rebound opportunities, hitting shots, moving around, contesting things against Watertown. It's just a frustrating night. Now, Coach Rhodey talked about this. He's like, of all the things, sometimes it's not just basketball. It's the fact that we had to travel 6 hours to get over here. You're out of your comfort zone. All those things have an effect on your game. And you could attribute some of that to the Watertown Arrows tonight.
5 minutes remaining in this ball game. The Raiders lead by 20 in this girls basketball matchup. Talia Porter, crossover dribble, gets to the baseline, gives the ball to Finley Love. Love now in the paint. Dishes off, it goes to Higgins. Higgins back out to Love. Love's going to shoot the 3 from the top of the key, and it's good for Finley Love.
Great to see Finley again off the bench, that number 6 player, cashing things in.
At the other end, the shot is no good for Faulkner. She kicks it back outside. Maddie Rhodey shoots the long 3.
Wow.
And she knocks it down.
Boy, that's a welcome shot for Watertown. Something they've been needing all night long.
3 3-pointers in the ball game for Maddie Rhodey. At the other end, Gabby Love gives the ball to Watson. Now we're going to get a full timeout with 4:20 remaining in this fourth quarter. Still a 20-point lead for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders on the State Farm scoreboard. It's Rapid City Stevens 58, Watertown 38. We'll step aside for 30 seconds right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM. Fox Sports Rapid City, also on GoRaidersLive.com and KWAT Radio in Watertown.
Your first.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Here at Carroll Hire Gymnasium in Rapid City, Jerome Wickersham and Dean Gurr with you on this Friday night. Good crowd on hand tonight as well. Fridays tend to do fairly well for high school hoops.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talia Porter has the basketball as we come out of that timeout for the Raiders. Porter on the right side. Gets it to Higgins. Higgins drives the right baseline. Pull-up jumper is up. That one's no good, but Higgins is bumped. So Isabel Higgins goes to the free throw line. That'll be her first trip to the free throw line tonight. Higgins coming in, averaging almost 7 points per game. She shoots 75% from the free throw line.
In general, the Raiders are pretty good from the line. I know we kind of keep track of this. We got stats to keep track, so that tells you the story. But when you think about it, the fact that that's sometimes so underappreciated, your ability to get those really free points there, to get yourself to the line and to hit them, it's such a little extra factor that really makes a difference for a ball club.
And they say Higgins crossed the line too early, so the second free throw does not count, so she makes one of two. 59-38, now a 21-point lead for the Raiders. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Miranda Faulkner trying to work it into Young. Young dribbles out to the wing, cross-court pass, they go to Paulson. Now it's going to be the right corner for Lund. Her three is no good. The ball's tapped around. Faulkner into the hands of Young. Back outside, they go to Paulson. Now to Lund. She drives the right baseline, tries to bank it in, no good. Trying to save it was Faulkner, but she steps out of bounds. She was way out of bounds.
Way out of the blue.
She did not realize, I think, how far she stepped.
They when I was here earlier, they were moving those lines in a little bit, so you didn't really notice.
Oh, I see. 3.5 minutes now. Still a 21-point Raider lead. Macy Wathen works her way into the front court, kicks it outside. They go to Love. Love on that right wing. Back out front, it's going to be Finley Love. Crossover dribble, gets in the paint. The floater is good for Finley Love, the freshman.
Oh, man, she handles the ball so well.
Does.
Off that dribble, that crossover dribble, so effective.
Falling down was Paulson, so she had to get rid of the basketball. It's going to be stolen by the Raiders as they lead 61-38. Raiders looking for that third straight victory. Here's Gabby Love now, out to Wathen. Just under 3 minutes, Wathen in the paint. There's a floater by Wathen. That's Macy Wathen putting it in for two. 12 points in the ball game.
And a 30-second timeout by Coach Dannenbring. He's going to try to, I think he's going to bring in some other players here now that they have this comfortable lead. And boy, what can you say about Watertown? You know, this score is not going to be indicative of how they played tonight. They've obviously had a frustrating night shooting the ball, turning the ball over. The Raiders are just really athletic, and it kind of shows here in this matchup, but they get after the ball. They are very effective. Again, we're going to see them tomorrow. They're going to be able to try to get a good night's sleep anyway. Regroup tomorrow, come back against the Central Cobblers, and who right now, earlier, were struggling with rookies, and so a chance for Watertown. Again, Watertown, I believe, now that they're at their full strength, I think they are better than their record indicates. And we saw that tonight. Early on, we saw Maddie Rohde knocking down threes, playing well. She's obviously a great number 2 position player for Watertown. So, and they may be in that spot where they're trying to gel themselves together. 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. It'll be Watertown basketball. We're going to have some new faces in there as well. That is going to be Grace Corey. She loses the ball. It's going to be picked up by Gabby Love. Love out to her sister Finley. Finley to that right elbow. Now drives, splits the defenders. Puts it up for 2. It's no good. But the freshman heads to the free throw line. 7 points on the night. She's 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Jade Lund, the 5'8 junior, picks up her third, 5th team foul. With Finley, she just has, obviously we saw her first step, her quick step to get to the rack. Her crossover dribble is amazing. She's got great court vision. Her passing is spot on. I don't know if you can really appreciate it unless you get here and really see her play. A lot of times in some girls' games or some lower-level games in general, you see kind of slow passing. She doesn't. Hers is on target with some intensity. You got to be ready for that pass when it comes in. She just has that court vision. She can take care of it. Finley Love makes 1 of 2 free throws. It's 64-38. The Raiders pulled away this ball game, I should say. At the other end, the shot is no good for Grace Corey. And we're going to get a whistle against the Watertown Arrows on that rebound. Yeah, again, it's just a spot where this game's well out of hand. Someone gets the rebound. It's not a tight contest. Just, let them go, play defense, be that way. Finley Love will exit as her sister, Gabby Love, comes in. Also, number 20, Neely Johnson in the ball game. 1-1. Claire Fierro at the free throw line for the Raiders. Claire makes that free throw. That's her first point in this ball game. We got Haley Peterson in the game. Sydney Watson, again, the future of the Raiders here. Another sophomore. Haley Peterson's just a freshman as well. So, very talented core of younger players for the Raiders, so they can only get better here the next few seasons. Farrow makes both free throws. 66-38. Rapid City Stevens in command of this contest as we approach the 2-minute warning. It'll be Watertown basketball. This is going to be Munger. She drives, puts up the shot. That one is no good, but a whistle will send Avery Munger to the free throw line, the 5'11 junior. The foul is going to be on Bree Karna. That's her first 8th team foul.
And at the free throw line is going to be Avery Munger. She makes the first for the Arrows. Just a reminder, in a couple of minutes, we'll have our post-game show coming up right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. Second free throw by Munger is no good. Raiders come away with it. Wathen pushes the ball to Hallie Peterson, now down low to Fierro. She puts up the shot, no good. The ball's tapped around into the hands of the Arrows. Munger comes away with it. She'll get the ball to Addie Johnston. Johnson. We got some new faces in there. The shot is up and no good.
Yeah, a lot of the JV players saw them earlier.
At the other end, Fierro tries to chase it down. She couldn't get to it. The ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay Raider basketball. Here's Sydney Wathen. Out front, Gabby Love shoots the three. That one off the mark, no good. That'll further rebound in the hands of Avery Munger. Munger hands the ball off to Emma Hendricks. Hendricks in the front court for the Arrows, left side. They work the ball to Johnston. Addie Johnston. Now back to the right side. This is going to be Neely Johnson. And now to that left baseline. The shot is up and no good for Addie Johnston, but the Arrows keep it alive. They get a new shot clock. There's a three from the top of the key. That one bounces just in front of the rim there for Neely Johnson. The Raiders come away with it. Under a minute to play now. Sydney Wathen in the front court. Hands the ball off to Bree Karna. Karna top of the key, right side to Gabby Love. She works around the perimeter. There's the pass to Peterson. Peterson in the low post loses the ball. It rolls out of bounds, and the Arrows come away with it with 43 seconds remaining. 66-39, the Raiders on their way to their third straight win in girls basketball action. Here's Johnson, the basketball. Johnson looking inside, gets around the screen to the left side to the top of the key, backdoor pass, and now they kick it outside. There's a three from the left side, and it's good for Emma Hendricks. 66-42 is your score, down 17 seconds. The Raiders could just hold on to the basketball now as the shot clock is off. Allie Peterson, top of the key, will just bounce the ball there near the center circle. Down to 6 seconds now. Down to 3, 2, and 1. There's your buzzer, and that is your ball game. The final score on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. Rapid City Stevens gets the win, 66-42 over the Watertown Arrows. With the win, Rapid City Stevens now at the midway point of the season. They improve to 8 wins and 2 losses. We're going to step aside for 1 minute. The postgame show coming up next, right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and KWAT Radio in Watertown.